This is Monday with the Messiah for September the 29th, 2025, here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. It's a leaf. It was on the ground. It has changed colors. Yes, we're getting into fall. Now, I live in Northwest Georgia, so that means it's cooler. It's not necessarily cool yet, at least during the day. We'll get there, and I'm just going to remind myself I'm blessed no matter what time of year I'm in. But regardless of all that, the change of seasons, and we are now officially into fall, at least as far as the calendar is concerned. The seasons change, but Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Jesus does not change. Now, we know that God's nature does not change. God doesn't cease to be a loving God. God doesn't cease to be a holy God, a righteous God, a God of justice, a God of mercy. But is that what this verse is talking about? You know, we know with this verse, there are some changes to Jesus that are actually implied. For example, he's called Jesus in the verse. That was not a name he had in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, he is the angel of the Lord, or more properly, the messenger of Yahweh, because he's not an angel as people typically think of it, but he was the member of the Godhead that was the messenger of Yahweh, that he himself is Yahweh and fully God, that was guiding the Israelites in the wilderness. He wasn't called Jesus, or, you know, the Greek and Aramaic equivalent of that name. The fact that the title Christ is used there, well, that was a title that he took on as part of the incarnation. Now, he was prophesied to be the anointed one or the Messiah, but even, you know, that prophecy in Daniel, it doesn't use the Greek term. So there are some things there that are types of changes to him. In context, this verse, it's talking about his teachings, his doctrine. Verse 7 is about those that had led the recipients of the book of Hebrews and taught them, had led and taught them in regards to the gospel. In verse 9 is warning about false doctrine, and that's where this statement is found. The Hebrews writer is not being random. He's reminding them in context with the immediate context and the greater context of the book that Jesus' message does not change. Now, consider some things that we've seen in recent times with tragic events that have happened. Some have begun to suggest, how much longer are people of faith going to take it? Well, there's a place for people, defending themselves, legitimate self-defense, and there is a place for the government to carry out God's justice against those that do things like take someone's life. But Jesus' teachings about loving our enemies, these things have not changed. Or those that are trying to, and still trying to make predictions about his second coming. Jesus' teachings about his second coming being like a thief in the night, him returning unexpectedly, no man knowing the day nor the hour, this hasn't changed. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And as God, in his nature as God, yes, with the attributes and things of God that he shares with the Father and the Spirit, yes, he doesn't change in this. But specifically in this verse, his message has not changed. His teachings have not changed. You have a great day, and shalom.